Hi, this is Dr. Syra, and I thought I'd take a minute to just chat with you a little bit about what to look for when you are searching for a therapist. What kind of questions to ask, because a lot of times when I have my consult calls with people and I ask them if they have any questions, and they don't, and I know they're kind of feeling like, well, what am I supposed to ask? What am I allowed to ask? So here's some tips. One of the things you want to ask your therapist is how frequently he or she regularly sees their clients. That'll give you a sense of, and they might say, oh, it depends on the client, so then that's fine. But if they have kind of a standard approach to how many sessions or how frequently, that's a useful question. Of course, you want to ask them right up front about their rate and whether or not their rate includes taxes, and whether or not their services are covered by extended health insurance plans. You want to ask them what their training is. So did they take like a 2-year diploma course, all the way up to, are they a PhD, or are they a coach? Like, you kind of want to know what kind of training they've had and how long they've been in school. Now, I have to say, not everybody who's had more schooling is necessarily a better therapist. Okay, so keep that in mind, that just because they have, 6 years of schooling versus 2 doesn't necessarily make them better. A better question, another question besides their academic background is, how long have you been doing this for? Now, you might not know this, but there's some research that suggests that therapists who just come out of school in that first year, they often have this similar outcomes to therapists who have been in the field for 10 years. So, if they're a new grad, awesome, because you're going to get the latest cutting edge approaches and interventions. So just kind of keep that in mind. Also, you could ask them, like, what happens if their style doesn't work for you? Like, what happens if after the first session it's not a match? What's the process? You'll be able to tell from the person's answer if they're trying to make a sale or if they're actually genuinely concerned about your well-being. Because if they're a therapist who is genuinely concerned about your well-being, they will say something like, oh, well, if it doesn't work for you in the first session, I'd love to know, what I can do differently or how I can support you better. And so we'll make sure that, in the next session, you don't have that experience. Or they might say, well, if you find that it's not really a match, I can definitely refer you to somebody else who might be a better match, or there's this website or whatever. So if they say something like, well, then you're just resisting and sorry and la la la, then sorry, I wouldn't be okay with that answer. Oh, hello, we have a little intruder. So I'm gonna go. Hope you enjoyed that video, and we'll talk later. Bye.